There was once a town in the heart of America, her book started. To truly experience her story, we have to go back 70 years from now, the year of 1945. DDT had just been released for public sale. DDT, so safe you could eat it, they advertised. This is the story of what started as something so harmless, killing bugs that spread malaria, to a white cloud that spanned across the entire nation. What started as a pesticide became a national phenomenon. It became marketed towards housewives to kill flies and disease-carrying insects. This was the start of an era where American housewives would drench their living rooms with DDT, soldiers barging into their homes to spray the houses with DDT, and planes flying over towns spreading the miracle. Not to be discredited, it was not that DDT was bad. In fact, it saved countless of lives from malaria and insect-carried diseases. But our indiscriminate spraying led to many harmful consequences. At the dose that DDT was meant to be used, it would save people from so much suffering. But at the extent that we did, we released more and more pollutants and hurt the environment. In the background, there were voices too small to be heard. Objectors, but ones that could not speak through the noise. A notable objector would be Dottie Colson, a lady in New York who wanted to find a way to make people aware of the things DDT was doing to her beloved rural city located outside of Claxton. Her family and livelihoods were being affected by this pesticide that was supposed to be greatly improving their lives. From killing their bees, to poisoning their cows, to coughing in their children, they were being greatly affected by this. It was not until Rachel Carson released her book, criticizing the carelessness of our arrogance, believing that we had been able to cheat life, that we saw what terror the chemical could really bring. Carson sparked the environmental movement with her book. She silenced the ads and brought attention to the little voices that could now speak. These people, who also agreed with Carson, were finally able to express their thoughts, and they stood behind Rachel Carson. She and these people argued that DDT had the potential to upset the balance of nature, killing not only the bad, disease-ridden bugs, but also the good ones that pollinated the nation. Thanks to its success in killing insect-infested areas contaminated with various diseases, especially in World War II, we believed it could solve all of our problems. Contrary to our beliefs, we were far too short-sighted. Beneath the surface, it caused so much terror. While not that dangerous to humans, our careless use has ended up in toxic runoff, resulting in the weakening of animal babies, dead fish, and the fall of many birds. It was the spring without voices, Carson wrote in her book. Shortly after Rachel Carson's book was published in 1962, concerns about DDT were finally raised. However, her battle was not over. Labeled as a radical, disloyal, unscientific, and hysterical, she was attacked ruthlessly. People were trying to silence her. Lawsuits were filed, but she stood strong. Even burdened with breast cancer, she never failed to step up, and on the day she testified before Congress, she wore a wig to hide the effects. She had so much trouble just walking to her seat because she had so many fractures in her pelvis. Her book helped many more people stand up, and she sparked a movement for change. She believed it was her duty to protect the environment. I have felt bound by a solemn obligation to do what I could. If I didn't at least try, I could never be happy again in nature, she wrote. We should take her example and follow in her footsteps now that the environment is in much dire need than ever before. It's blasphemous to leave this issue to the next generation. We're in danger now, and now is the time when we should act. Only 10 years later after the release of the book was DDT banned, but Carson's influence will stay with us for centuries more.